In the early 80s, heavy metal was a rising force in underground clubs and smoky bars. Then came MTV, a flashy, revolutionary music television network that would change everything. MTV didn't just broadcast metal to the masses, it redefined how metal looked, how it sounded, and even how it sold itself. But somewhere along the way, that relationship soured. What started as a golden partnership soon led to betrayal, censorship, and eventually the decline of an entire generation of bands. This is the story of how MTV shaped and ultimately helped destroy metal music. When MTV launched on August 1st of 1981, it was a cultural game changer. The first video ever played was Video Killed the Radio Star, and it turned out to be a prophetic warning. At first, metal wasn't even on MTV's radar. The early days were dominated by pop and new wave. Think Duran Duran, The Police, and Billy Idol, stuff like that. But as metal bands began adopting more visual styles, MTV could not ignore them for very long. Enter the music video. Bands like Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, and especially Quiet Riot realized that a slick, rebellious video could catapult them from cult heroes to household names. Suddenly, metal had a stage larger than any arena. It had TV screens in every American living room. MTV didn't just show metal, it marketed it, and glam metal was the perfect product. With wild hair, catchy hooks, and flamboyant stage presence, bands like Motley Crue and Poison became mainstays on the channel. Their videos weren't just performances, they were mini movies, filled with sex, rebellion, and spectacle. These bands understood MTV was more than music, it was branding. If your look popped on screen, if your video told a story, you were in. Labels caught on quick. Suddenly every band needed a slick video and a marketable look. But there was a catch. If you didn't fit MTV's image, you weren't getting airtime. Then came Headbangers Ball. Launched in 1987, it was the first real platform for heavier, faster, more aggressive metal on MTV. Hosted by personalities like Adam Curry and later Ricky Rockman, the show became sacred ground for metalheads. You get everything from Megadeth and Pantera to Sepultura and Alice in Chains. It was gritty, intense, and actually gave underground bands a shot at mainstream exposure. For a few years, Headbangers Ball was the place for metal on TV, but even then it was relegated to late-night slots, out of sight from the primetime spotlight reserved for pop and hair metal. Still, it gave fans hope. Maybe MTV really did care about metal after all. And then, grunge hit. With the arrival of Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit in 1991, MTV did what it always does. It followed the trend. Suddenly, flannel replaced leather, introspection replaced excess, and the glam metal icons that once ruled MTV were gone. Bands like Warrant, Rat, and Cinderella disappeared almost overnight. The irony, MTV helped build their image and then helped destroy it. Meanwhile, thrash bands were struggling to evolve. Some, like Metallica, adapted and thrived. Others fell behind. MTV made no room for experimentation unless it fit the latest fad. By the late 90s and early 2000s, MTV had moved on entirely. Shows like The Real World and Jackass dominated the airwaves. Headbangers Ball was canceled in 1995. MTV had shifted from music to reality TV, and metal had no place in its new model. In a final twist of irony, metal was once again back in the underground. Only this time, MTV was too busy chasing ratings to even care. So what's MTV's legacy in metal? It gave metal a megaphone in the 80s, helped it explode globally, and created some of the most iconic imagery in the genre. But it also commodified it, boiled it down to looks, popularity, and marketability. When metal no longer fit the mold, MTV left it behind. But metal didn't die. It adapted. It found new life on the internet, on YouTube, and in loyal fan communities. In the end, MTV may have shaped metal's mainstream success, but it was the fans who kept it alive. What do you think? Did MTV help or hurt metal in the long run? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Also, check out my TikTok if you're into this kind of stuff. If you like metal music, it's just played on Repeat Pod. We do metal discussions almost every day over there. Thanks. Bye.